Hey, what's up guys? This is the second part of the test review for sections 3.1, 3.3, 4.1, and 4.2. Number 12. This is the second part again for the video, and we're going to start with number 12. It says, write the equation of the line passes through the point 2, comma, -3, and it has a slope of 3. So first, I'm going to write down what I know. M equals 3, and I know 1 point, 2, comma, -3. The thing I don't know is the y-intercept, so I'm going to put a question mark right there. So using the slope and the points, I am going to find b. So to find b, we use y equals mx plus b. I am going to substitute the x value into the equation and the y value into the equation, and also the m value into this equation. So I have the y equal to -3 equals m is +3, and I'm going to multiply by x, which is +2 from the point, and I'm going to have a plus b. So we're trying to find b. I'm going to solve for b. -3 equals 3 times 2 is 6 plus b. Subtract 6 from both sides, and we get -9. This cross out b. So now I know what is the value of b. It is -9. So I am going to erase that question mark because I know what it is now. b equals -9. And then you guys are going to write down the equation. So the equation will be y equals, my slope is 3 with the x, and the y-intercept is -9. So that is the equation of the line. 13 says, in slope-intercept form, write the equation of the line passing through the points -4, -2, and 4, 0. So here, guys, we don't even know what the slope is. We have 2 points, and we do not know the y-intercept. So when we do not know the slope and the y-intercept, first find the slope. So to find the slope, I'm going to put m for slope. We're going to use the slope formula. So m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. I'm going to label my points, x1, y1, x2, and the y2. So when I substitute those values into the equation, I'm going to have 0 minus -2. I need parentheses because I have 2 negatives. And the bottom is going to be 4 minus a -4. I also need parentheses because I'm going to have double negatives. I'm going to put a rectangle around the double negatives right here. So when I simplify, I have m equals 0 plus 2. You turn that double negatives into positive. And on the bottom, you guys have 4 plus 4. So that's going to be 2 over 8. And you guys can simplify 2 over 8, 1 over 4. So that is the slope. The second thing you guys need to find after the slope is b. So now we're going to find b. We are going to use the slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. I am going to use the slope. I'm going to substitute the 1/4 into m, and I need to use 1 point. I like the second point, the x4 and the y0, but anyone can use this point and they're going to get the same answer. But I'm going to use the second one. So I'm going to substitute 0 into the y, 4 into the x, and then the slope is 1 over 4 into the m. So 0 goes into the y, m is 1 over 4, x is 4, and we have a plus b. Now when you guys are multiplying fractions, we can actually cross simplify. 4 goes into 4 one time. So you guys can cross simplify those two numbers. So that's going to be 1. But when you multiply, there's a 1 on the top. 1 times 1 is 1. So you guys will have a 0 equals 1 plus b. Subtract 1 from both sides because you guys want to solve for b. So 0 minus 1 is -1. The other side, the 1's cancels, and you guys have b. So b equals -1. So your equation of the line, y equals, my slope is 1 over 4, x, and my y-intercept is -1. So that is the equation of the line. Number 14 says, write an equation in slope-intercept form with the slope of 1/2. So that's good. They give us the slope 1/2. And it goes through 4, 3. So they don't give us the y-intercept, but we know what the slope is. So we're going to use that slope and the slope-intercept form to find b. So here, I'm going to put just what I know, m equals 1/2. I don't know b, so I'm going to put a question mark right there. So to find b, we use the slope-intercept form and the points with the slope. So I'm going to label the point. The point is x and y. So I know that y is 3, so that's going to go into the equation. X is 4, that's going to go into the equation. And the slope is 1/2, that's going to go into the equation. So we're going to have a 3 equals 1/2 times x, which is 4. And then you guys have plus b. Remember, when you guys are multiplying fractions, you can cross simplify. 2 goes into 4. I'm going to cross simplify 2 times. 2 goes into 4 2 times. You guys are going to multiply. 1 times 2 is 2. So let me bring down the 3 equals 2 plus b. Subtract 2 from both sides. So that's going to be 3 minus 2 is 1. Cross out the negative 2 and the positive 2. And it equals b. So now I know what the b value is. So again, I'm going to erase that question mark because I know that b is positive 1. So y equals, your slope is 1/2 x, and your y-intercept is positive 1. So we got the equation of the line. 15 says, write an equation in slope-intercept form with the points, and you guys have 1, 4, and 6, -1. So here, they don't give us the slope again, and they do not give us the y-intercept, but we have 2 points. We can find the slope using 2 points. So to find the slope, you will use the slope formula again. So let me write down the slope formula. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So that's the first thing you guys want to find. You guys want to find m. So my points are x1, y1. You guys label your numbers x2 and y2. So when you guys substitute, you guys will have a -1 minus. Now 4 is not negative, so I don't need parentheses. I'm looking at the y1. It's not negative. So I'm just going to put a 4 here. Over 6 minus an x1 is not negative, so I don't need parentheses. You guys are going to simplify. So m equals -5 over positive 5. And -5 divided by 5 is -1. Okay, so we got the slope, -1. Now we need to find b. So to find b, you're going to go back to the slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. I am going to pick 1 point. Doesn't matter which one. I like the 1 and the 4 because they don't have any negatives. So I'm going to substitute 1 into the x, the 4 into the y, and the slope is -1. So I have a positive 4 equals, the slope is -1 times, actually I don't need parentheses there, so let me erase the parentheses. For the slope, you just put the number -1, and then for the x, we use parentheses, and the x is positive 1. And then you guys have a plus b. So you guys are going to solve for b. You bring down the 4 equals -1 times 1 is -1 plus b. Add 1 to both sides. So we get 5. 4 plus 1 is 5 equals b. All right, so I know what the b value is. So my answer, I'm going to put it on the side over here. You guys have the slope of 1, so -1. So you have y equals -1, x, and the b is positive 5. But guys, you do not need that 1. You need the negative, but not the 1 next to the x. So another way you guys can write this down is -x plus 5. And that will be your equation of the line. Number 16 says graph y equals -x plus 2. So y is by itself. That's good. We have the slope-intercept form. Y is by itself. So we can use the slope. I'm going to put it here m. And we need the y-intercept, which is b. So the slope is -3, the 1 next to the x. And I need to turn that into a fraction. So I'm going to put over 1 because I'm going to use the rise and the run. The y-intercept is the constant, the number with no variable. So that's going to be a 2, positive 2. So you always start with the y-intercept. B, y-intercept is positive 2. So from the origin, you guys go up 2, you make a point, and using the slope, be careful with the signs, it is a negative 3, so you guys go down 3 and then 1 to the right. So from the point, the y-intercept, you guys go down 1, 2, 3, and 1 to the right, and you guys make a second point right there. Now you guys just connect the points. You guys will have your line linear function. Notice the line is going down because it is a negative slope, and then you guys will have the graph of the linear function. 17 says graph y equals 4x. Okay, so here notice first of all that we do not have a constant after the x, so that b value is going to be 0. Okay, you guys do not have a b value, so it is going to be 0. For the slope, we know the slope is the number next to the x, so that's going to be 4, and you turn that into a fraction, 4 over 1. So 0 for the y-intercept, I'm looking at b right now, that's going to be the origin. So you guys are going to make a point at the origin, so the line is going to cross the origin, and then you guys go up 4, that's a slope, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 to the right, and you guys have the second point. You guys connect the points, and you guys have yourself the linear function. Keep in mind, guys, that when we draw the line, I like to use the arrowheads because the line keeps going and going to infinity. So we have those lines there, and it is going up because the slope is positive. Number 18 says graph x equals 2. First of all, we do not have the y variable. It's just an x equals 2. This one is going to be a vertical line. When you guys are missing the y value, you guys will have a vertical line at positive 2. It says x equals 2. So on the x-axis, positive 2, I make a point right there, and then I make the line going up and going down just like a vertical line. So this is going up and going down, and that's it. The slope is undefined because it is a vertical line, but you just have to remember that when you guys are missing the y, that's what it is, a vertical line. Number 19 says graph y equals negative 3. So here we are missing the x. So when you guys are missing the x, there's only a y. This is going to be an horizontal line. Horizontal means sideways, from left to right. So you guys are going to go on the y-axis, and negative 3, you guys will make a point right here. Notice there's a point at negative 3 on the y-axis. Then I'm going to make my line from left to right, and you guys have an horizontal line. Horizontal line has a slope of 0 slope, but just remember, when you guys do not have the x, it's going to be horizontal. Y equals negative 3. That's where the line is going to cross the y-axis at negative 3. Okay, guys, this concludes my video. I hope you guys like my video. You guys can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you guys practice for the test, and I'll see you guys later.